This morning's guest rides horses for a living. This Saturday, he'll be riding a horse to save babies. Who is he? You'll meet him coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at HTC's Carolina Forest branch location. We're focused on the first annual Ride with Riley to be held this Saturday. And we're visiting with one of its organizers, Chris Saffles. Good morning, Chris.
How you doing?
Thanks so much for coming in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What about this HTC branch here? Have you been through here?
It's been great, yeah. I've looked at all the phones and just kind of like, got involved a little bit here.
It is fantastic. And, of course, to have you and Riley out early this morning is wonderful. We'll get Riley on in a few minutes.
Okay. Yep.
Getting close this Saturday.
Very close, yes. Our Ride with Riley, this is our first annual Ride with Riley. So, for the March of Dimes, and we want to be able to give back to them what they've gave to us, and that was Riley. And I think you can go so far, but this will help stop premature babies.
Absolutely. And, of course, all the fundraising that occurs, and this is old hat to y'all at some level, although it's every week it sounds like new things are happening. The March of Dimes is coming on so strong.
Yes, yeah, and this is our third year. She's actually been an ambassador in 2004, and then or 2005, and then she carried on the next 2 years as senior ambassador. And it's been great for us because we've got to meet a lot of people, got to do a lot of things for the March of Dimes, raise a lot of money, and that's what it's all about, try to help them out.
Absolutely. And it's this Saturday, rain or shine.
Rain or shine, yeah. It's a trail ride, and it's going to be on the creek beds, which, in Loris, there's a creek that runs all the way through it and goes all the way to the Waccamaw. And it's very quiet, very relaxing. A lot of people did the Heart Fun ride on the beach.
Sure.
This will be in the country, on the creek, kind of laid back, and have some fun. So,
you're not having to check with city council or county council or otherwise to get approvals
no,
to ride
they're all about
out.
it. And we ride there a lot, too, so they're all about that. So
That's
anything
great.
for a good cause, they're all about it. So.
Absolutely. I'm sure very supportive.
Yep.
What about yourself, Chris? Are you originally from the area?
I'm originally from Tennessee, and I moved here with Dixie Stampede in '92.
Is that right?
Yep. Met my wife, Tracy. She worked for Dixie Stampede. That's where I met her. And then we got married in '96 and started getting ready for some bundles of joy. So,
yes.
I like it here, though. I like it all better in Tennessee. So it's a bit more better environment for me.
You still have family in Tennessee?
I do. Yep.
You get them down there every once?
Every once in a while, to play golf, anything like that. So
sure.
Try to come see the show, see the grandbaby. So
absolutely. So you're still at Dixie Stampede?
I'm still at Dixie Stampede, 20 years.
Oh, come on.
20 years. I know a lot of people ask me how old I was when I started, and I said too young. So it's I love it much. You can't. To get paid for what you like to do and
right.
that you love is the best thing in the world.
And what do you do there, Chris?
I started out roaming riding, trick riding, gymnastics on horseback is what I call it.
Gymnastics on horseback?
Backflips, vaulting.
Backflips while you're on the horse?
Yep, doing shoulder stands, stuff like that on the horse while it's going around the arena. And I decided, I did it for about 12 years and decided I'm just going to, kind of lay out of that a little bit, retire from it. Now I have the Buffalo there. And I also we have a couple of new acts in there, an aerial act, which a girl flies around the arena off a horse. And we also have a more of a, I'm going to say northern scene that we have for the northerners that come down.
Right.
And there's a guy on a trolley that dances and sings, and I picked that up and did that. So.
You are kidding, Chris.
A lot of talent.
I'm sure, a lot of folks, a lot of viewers, I'm sure, have probably not been to Dixie Stampede. So you mentioned buffalo. There's a buffalo in the show?
Yeah, we have 8 buffalo. And we do an actual scene where, when the Indians used to chase them and, just the freedom of the buffalo and where they roam the land and all that, that's what we do in the front of the show.
Right, right. This is Dixie Stampede, which is right there where business at Bypass break up. If you're coming down from North Myrtle Beach, you see the big Dolly Parton's.
Yep, Dolly Parton.
Is it Dolly Parton's Dixie Stampede? Sure. Yep. And she's got a big Tennessee connection as well.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, Dollywood, a huge place in Tennessee, huge park. And, we're getting our Hard Rock Park here. It was kind of like that, but, more of a country deal in Tennessee. So, but she ended up buying Dixie Stampede, and I stayed working for her. So it's been great.
And next door is Carolina Opry. Have you ever been over there?
I have been over there. Yeah, and it's a great show too. And there's some guys over there that I know made it to a big TV show from clogging and stuff, which I also did back in the day.
Oh,
there,
come on.
yes,
You clogged too?
Yes, at Dollywood. So I've actually been at the Dolly Parton organization, if you'd say, since I was 10 years old.
Oh, bull.
Yes.
27 years. Not to date you there, Chris, but
That's
I think
okay.
you shared earlier you're 37.
Yes.
So for 27 years,
yes.
you've been either directly or indirectly working for the Dolly Parton organization. That's amazing. Yeah. Have you met her?
Yes, several times. And she's just like she is if she was talking with me and you.
She's down to earth?
Yes, very much.
Is
very
that
much.
right? Well,
very
we need
involved.
to get her in here. That's
yeah,
right.
that'd
We
be
could
great.
have her promoting the first annual Ride with Riley.
Yes, yes.
She'd be supportive of it, I'm sure.
Yes,
absolutely.
Sir.
Are you going to have some of the other folks from Dixie Stampede out there?
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of people kind of helping us out. You know, with we're going to have an auction, live auction. We have a band coming out there. One of our comedians that's in the show has a band.
Wow.
And he's going to come out and support us with that while we eat lunch and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
The ride actually will take about 3 hours.
Okay.
Which is a pretty good time, for people to ride. It's probably about 2.5, 3 miles up, 2.5, 3 miles back, and we're expecting a pretty good little load of people. So.
First timers who don't ride horses, are they interested? I mean, would it be of any interest for them to come out?
Yes. We have families. Some of them will have a couple horses, but there's 5 people in the family, and we'll have stuff out there for them to do. And like I said, there's going to be food. We're going to try to get some more events and stuff out there in the arena. Like maybe a little kid's stick horse race or something like that. Or even a pig catching deal. Where we got some pigs out there.
Good. Yeah.
Let the kids or something like that try to catch the pigs. So. But yeah, we're gonna have registration will be at 9 o'clock, but the ride will probably start about 10 o'clock.
Okay. And what's the cost for viewers if they're coming out there?
Well, we have no gate fee, but it's all donations. Everything that we do out there will have, like I said, food, T-shirts. They're going to do an auction, all kinds of stuff. Everything will go to the March of Dimes.
No cost, but everything is anyone can make donations of any level.
Yes,
sure,
any level.
That is fantastic, and everything y'all make will go to the March of Dimes.
Everything, every little penny, every little dime will go to the March of Dimes.
Every little dime,
yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It is such a big event, and to think, as your wife and I talked about this, I think she said she was 9 when she went to the first horseback ride-a-thon.
Yes.
The Heart Association's been doing for now 26 years down on the beach, and obviously for her the excitement to be involved with you and obviously all the other volunteers that are making this Saturday's event successful, to see how that has grown to a $250,000, $300,000 event every year.
Yeah, and the first, matter of fact, I think she said the first amount of people was at the Heart Fund Ride was 40 people.
Wow.
And then it's grown from there. We're talking in the thousands of people now up and down the beach.
They're coming in from all over the country.
Yeah.
Virtually every state in America is recognized at the Horseback Ride-a-thon for the Heart Association. Y'all are expecting a good crowd this Saturday?
We really hope we have a good crowd.
Good.
Our hopes are high, our expectations are high, and we're not going to be disappointed because, like I said, any amount helps the March of Dimes out.
That's great.
So we're hoping at least have a good turnout and everybody have a good time. Then next year, second annual, we hope it'll be even better.
Absolutely, Chris. If a viewer needs to get the family off to school now or get off to work, what's the best number for someone to call to learn more about the Saturday's event and to find out exactly where it's located? We'll talk more over the next 15 minutes about it, but what's the best number or numbers?
Well, my number is 458-9099.
Okay.
And you can get in touch with me there. It's my cell phone, so I have it on me 24 hours a day. I don't leave home without it.
Right.
And so, and then we have Chris Tyler. His number is 251-7341.
Okay, 251-7341. Chris Tyler, and he's one of the organizers as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So me and him kind of hit it up and get it ready to go. So hopefully we'll have some cowgirls and cowboys out there ready to ride.
Absolutely. And, of course, the excitement is Tracy's still working at Dixie Stampede as well.
No, sir. She's a physical therapist now.
Is that right?
Yes.
Great. But that's where you all met.
We met there. She worked there for 10 years. And, she trick rode and stuff like that with me, Roman rode. And so we actually wanted, like I said, to start having kids, and she wanted to kind of get out of it a little bit. So she went back to school in Charleston, graduated, and then it works out a whole lot better.
That is tremendous. Is Riley your only child, Chris?
No, we actually had a little boy. His name is Jack. And we had him in 2002. And Jack was developed at 26 weeks. And it was, or 26, weeks. And he just had stopped moving. And we
in the womb.
Yes, sir. And so Tracy went for a checkup, and they had to go ahead and induce her labor and all that stuff. And I think C-section is how they took him out. And Jack ended up with a grade 4 brain bleed, which is kind of like a stroke to us, a massive stroke. And he was in the hospital for probably about 24 hours. And we had to make a decision on him because he just, wasn't responding to anything at all. And then Riley was born in 2004, and we were kind of skeptic, we don't know if they have any other babies because we didn't know if anything had happened again. Regulated her through Charleston and made sure she was fine, and checkups and everything we could do. Everything was great. At 29 weeks, she was born, and it was just kind of like a feeling that oh no, this is going to happen again. And was sent to McLeod, and McLeod is wonderful.
Are they really?
Yes.
They've got a good children's.
They do. They do.
Pediatric.
And it's kind of scary because there was a lot of babies in there, but at the same time, and the good part is March of Dimes actually funds a researcher there at McLeod.
Is that right?
Yes. So that's some of the money that goes into that. Riley actually had surfactant, which is for the lungs.
Right.
March of Dimes come up with that. So there's a bunch of things that March of Dimes comes up with that a lot of people don't understand, unless you're in there.
Surfactant therapy. Yeah,
exactly.
I'm sure a lot of folks think, what the heck is that? I can't even spell it.
Yeah.
Let alone wonder what it does.
Yeah, and when she was born, she was almost 2 pounds. Not completely 2 pounds. I think a couple of hospitals had her different weight or something like that. Riley had ended up, she had a high blood pressure. She had a little hole in the heart that actually healed up. She had a grade 3 brain bleed, which was not as massive as our little boy had, but it was close to it. She had some spinal taps, stuff like that, and it resolved through the spinal taps and through prayers. So today she is completely cleared, no scarring, nothing in the head. She's a perfectly healthy little baby.
She is so beautiful, and she's not even 3.5 yet. And she's
even
growing so fast.
Yes.
She's talking about as much as my 4.5-year-old daughter.
And she wants to go to school so bad. It's crazy. But now she is going to be actually at the ride too. She's actually going to ride with us. She has a pony. His name is Eeyore.
Riley has a pony named Eeyore?
Yes.
Wow, we need to get Riley over here in a few minutes to talk about Eeyore.
She loves that pony, but she's actually going to go. She's been to several trail rides.
Has she?
Yes, and she's going to be on the trail ride with us. And that's why we named it Ride with Riley, because she's going to be riding with us.
As opposed to Ride for Riley.
Exactly.
I love it. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, because it's not for her. It's for the babies in the NICU to get them better and prevent premature birth. So she's wanting us to ride with her to help us prevent that.
Those are great words. Ride with Riley. I love the
Very
alliteration of that as well. Yeah, ride with Riley. And as you say, to have her there and to know that every dollar is going to go into research one way or another, finding different ways to find a cure to this terrible prematurity issue, which seems to be growing as opposed to reducing.
It really does. We go back each year to see our nurses because they love to see Riley and see how they've grown and all this kind of stuff, And each year we go back. When we go to the NICU unit, it is still full.
Is it really?
Yes. And not all of them are premature births, but I'm going to say probably 75 to 80% are.
Wow.
But there's so many in there, and it's, we just need to get something to find out there's going to be something there that's going to break sooner or later.
Right.
And we're going to find out how soon we can fix it and stop some of the stuff that happens.
The prematurity happening at such early ages. You said now and of course your son, and I almost hate to talk about it, but he came at 31 weeks, but it only developed
at 26
weeks.
Yes.
So really those were issues, and that was back in 2002.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's been a while. So, and like I said before, we'd actually thought about not having another child because we didn't want to go through that again. It was, pretty dramatic. It was a dramatic 24 hours that we would never want to live again. And we actually had not really lived that tragic of a moment, but we lived it for 3 months with Riley because Riley was in the hospital for 3 months.
Is that right? After her birth in January?
Yes.
Wow.